I just hurt myself. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Broadcasting Your Community 2019. Soon, we're going to have a new name soon, Stephen. I don't know if I told you about this. I didn't run this by you. I'm sorry. Well, coming in January, we're going to have a new name. It's going to be Broadcasting to Your Community 2020. I know, right? You're okay with that? You're on the board of directors. I probably should ask you. That'll mean that you and I are coming into our third year of doing this show together. Isn't that like, that's amazing when you think of it, right? Right. I think we're getting it right. I don't know. I haven't heard any complaints anyway. And, you think back a little bit, you got the live video hub, which we're live on today as well. I'd like to revisit that a little bit. Let's go back a little bit to when you started the live video hub and where it started and where it's grown to now, because it's huge.
Our shows.
Sorry. I guess it would help if I put you on screen.
Well, I was sort of on screen, but only partially. Yes. Started in May 2018, and basically the idea was that you could actually cross-post to each other's pages, and you and I started doing that. And then the idea came, well, what if we all cross-posted to one page? And the live video hub was born out of that. And it took off, and a couple of hundred broadcasters started to broadcast on a live video hub, and we're still going pretty strong. And it became the Be Live TV live video hub in June of last year. So all is good on the live video hub. I'd still have my cross-posting wish that you could see the comments on all the posts in one place. But people work around that. And Corinda and Dom know the way around the system now. So,
yeah. And I always wondered, maybe Facebook does it to make us wonder, but like, why wouldn't they do that? I want to say that when they do stuff, although Stephen Healey, you might not agree with me, but when they do stuff, you'd think there would be a reason why they do it. And I only say that because I know there's a couple things they do that you're just like, why are you changing that?
Facebook, there's obviously logic behind everything that they do, but sometimes they start something new and simply don't pursue it.
Yeah.
And there have been times in the last 18 months where they've switched cross-posting off for some people and switched it back on again. And no visible changes to the system. The system worked from the beginning and still works now. One of the things that is a bugbear. Well, one of the things that's changed since we last got together is that Facebook have stopped doing live with, in other words, two people on screen.
Yeah.
You cannot do that natively on Facebook anymore. Can you think of a way that you could do it? Two people on screen?
I can think of a way to put four people on screen, quite honestly, if you're going to go that direction.
So can I. And for free, you can go to be.live, and you can do 3 shows a month. No cost at all. You can have two people side by side on screen, and not only that, you can actually share images and your desktop and movies, or 100 megabyte movies.
Yeah.
All for free.
Yeah. Let's go to the comments real quick. We did say hello to Corinder, and Dom is out there, and Corinder's saying he's not feeling well. He's in the hospital, but you're obviously good enough to be watching us, so that's a plus sign. So we wish you a recovery coming from there.
Take care, Corinder.
Yeah. And Corinder says Facebook has made a big, huge mistake.
You think so?
I don't. Well, I guess it's one of those things, Stephen, where we're really talking about something we don't know because we don't know behind the scenes why they make these decisions or how it came along. I think, but on the outside looking in, is it a big mistake? Maybe a big mistake for them, but advantage for others. I would think that there's a reason behind it though, and I wonder if the reason is that they're seeing other people like BeLive and other platforms that are doing this and creating this, and maybe they're just going, let those third parties handle that. Let them do it. Let them have some advantage with it. We'll keep an eye on it, and we'll focus on some other things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, in is VidPresso, and VidPresso were bought by Facebook. But if you go into your Facebook Creator Studio, then you can see VidPresso is still there. And it is two people on screen. It's everything that VidPresso was.
Right.
It has potential, but it's not as far advanced as BeLive and other systems are. And that means that you can't do what we can do here today.
Right.
But it does open the field to anybody who wants to go live. I did, you believe, whether you believe this or not, I did a 30-minute sales presentation last Friday into a UK business group, which went down very well because they were saying, well, how can we go live on Facebook with two people? And I said, well, you can use what you can do. Bottom line was that several people were interested, and I was invited over there by Mike Turner, who I've known for the last 15 years, and he and I were together in Ireland back in January with Facebook, and he's starting his own show next year, and he'll be using BeLive, which is all good. So result.
Well, again, it's the opportunity, right? Because of it, I guess. So, I mean, I remember going back a couple of years when Facebook, changed their algorithms, right? And we were getting less views and certain things weren't happening. And everybody was all freaking out about it. Oh, what am I going to do? I did all this stuff. At the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it except go along with it, right? And just look around it or look at alternatives.
Yeah, you've got to put the work in. They'll come back to that. The other thing that happened when Facebook took that away, they brought something else in. Now, when you're actually doing a watch party, you can actually choose which video you want to watch. You can premiere it, you can invite people, and you can comment. All of that is as it was before. But what you can do now, as the host of the watch party, is that you can stop the video and go in live and talk to the people who are actually watching the watch party. And you can do that either by audio or by video. And it is a way of actually increasing engagement on watch parties, which is a good thing. So that's a good thing from Facebook because that works well. I used it a couple of times last week. Not totally worked it out yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, I've noticed watch parties becoming more popular, at least in my circle, as far as my Facebook friends. I've even seen where when I have guests on the show, I had a guest on the show a couple of weeks ago. They're a local band, and they were very excited. They took the time to set up a laptop and an extra external cam, and they did the whole thing, and they pushed out to their already existing group. We're having a watch party. Not only come watch us on the show with David Burrows, but we're having a watch party. And I thought, boy, if I need to get everybody to do that. I mean, there'd be a training curve there, but yeah. And I thought, what a neat idea and I've had that happen a few times. So I think I'm going to start putting that in my instructions of some sort, that if you're familiar with watch parties, please consider doing that. And I don't know if and I haven't had a watch party myself yet, but I'm putting something together that I think will be fun to do.
Yeah, they are fun to do. I mean, I did one last Tuesday, and because it's the first one I've done, everybody sort of joined in. And the second one was a bit quieter, but Lottie and I did one 200 on last Thursday night.
Okay.
It was the Wednesday show that she did with Marco, and it went well. We enjoyed chatting to people and exchanging information and promoting, and people came in and watched. And it is interesting because you can acknowledge people as they join you.
Yeah.
And you actually find out that people you've not seen for years turn up, and then you can have a conversation. And Lottie was handling one side of it, I was doing another, and between us, we covered everybody who actually joined and watched the replay, because we're taking the videos from 5 days live, downloading them, the HD version, and then uploading them to Facebook, so that people could actually watch. But rather than just being, this is a replay, enjoy, because we had the watch party tied into Premiere, we got a lot of reaction and a lot of views, it has to be said. Not as many views as if you'd gone live on Facebook, but certainly a respectable number.
Right. Well, I've noticed. Well, I like that interaction thing with the watch party too, because, well, for example, like we can do that here now. Let's do that real quick. Let's go back to Kerner. He's asking me, David, have you got a green screen? Sort of. Well, let's demonstrate that. I'm using something that's called XSplit VCam. I think I found it on sale for $20 somewhere a while back. Yeah. And I was using it for a little bit, Stephen, as you know, and then I've gotten out the habit of it. Now I'm going to get back into using it again, but I actually don't have a green screen behind me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, boom. There's my original background right there. That is what's behind me right now. All my paraphernalia and personality there. But then I actually created my own background and clickety click, Barbara trick. Look at that. No green screen. It's really magical, right?
Totally.
And very of course effective. you can be anywhere. So, and you have a lot of control with it. You know, I can blur out the background there, you can see. And I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing, Corinder. And this will come back to something else that I started a while back, but haven't done anything with. I have another page called Learn with David, and I'm going to be, I've started to work on some tutorials, and I'm going to do one on XSplit VCam to demonstrate it. So, or you can just remove the background and have nothing there. Look at that. It's dark.
It is.
And it's nice because if you're doing different shows too, you don't necessarily want the same background. I mean, when I do my afternoon show, I always like this background, but when we're here, I'm just having fun clicking things. But so there you go. I have a sort of a green screen, Corinder, and he wants to know how much is VidPresso. I don't know, but I would just go to their website.
Yeah, VidPresso is part of Facebook. If you go to Facebook Creator, and down the left-hand side, you will see tools, and you'll find VidPresso under there. If you don't find it, then you need to ask me for a link to a secret group, Facebook group, and you can get permission to try it out there. It's not. It's a side project being done by the VidPresso team. It's with Facebook's blessing.
Right.
It does work, and it's free.
Let's say hello to, and Corinder's got another question, but we'll come back to you, Corinder, I promise. Let's say hello to Eric Davidson. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the broadcast. And first time to a BeLive broadcast. I'm investigating this platform for future use. What would you say is the advantage in using this? Stephen, take it away.
Right. With David at the controls, I'm going to take you on a cook's tour of what you can do with BeLive. First of all, could you take yourself solo, David?
Yeah.
Okay, now David's on screen. David is full screen. I can still talk and be heard so that you have two people on screen. You can switch between the two solo-wise so that David's on screen now. I'm going to be on screen in a second.
And if I wanted to, before I did that, I could actually mute him. There, Stephen is now muted and he can't say anything.
How? I'm back yet.
You're back.
How can I give a guide if I'm not?
It was a control thing.
I can't do sign language. Right. Okay.
All right, carry on. I'll behave.
Now, in terms of having two people on the show, one hosts the show, and you must start it from your desktop. Second thing is that you invite your guests by sending them a link. Now, you send the link if they're on desktop and they're on Chrome. They click the link, and they will appear in the broadcast, having signed in with Facebook or YouTube. That's the link, and then you've got two people on screen. You can switch between them. Can you go picture in picture, David?
Yeah, one moment here. I'm sending you a link to something.
Right. Okay.
What do we want to do here? Sorry.
Picture in picture, please.
Like this.
That's good. The other way around as well. Right. So you can go picture in picture. Right. The other thing you can do is you could drop me into the staging area at the bottom. And
I did.
and you can see two familiar faces on that picture. Well, at least two, because you can see us now.
That's right.
And that's the team of broadcasters and admins and moderators behind the Be Livers group, and it was very special to actually be featured on that photo.
Yeah, I thought.
Right, so you've got two people on screen. You can share pictures. You can also share. Do you have a video to hand?
I can.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it'll be an old one, but
whilst I was thinking about that, you can show. Right, I'm going to be quiet now.
This is an old intro that I had for this show. Actually, we need to create a new one coming into the new year. We haven't used it, but here you go. We can put this up on screen. We'll make it large. I'll play the video.
Oh wow, that's a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
the first thing that showed up.
Right, so you can play videos with sound up to 100 megabytes. Just upload them into the studio, and then you can play them.
Yeah.
Right. Now, you said you sent me a link.
Yeah, I sent you the remote link.
I thought you might have. Right. Okay. Now, one of the things when you're on a show like this, there are lots of buttons to press and things to control. And what you can do is you can send the link to somebody you trust. And I'm hoping that this link will work. And once I'm in, so David is hosting the show, but I can actually upload a photograph from the gallery. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just seeing what happens there. Okay. No, that's strange. Just a minute. I did that. I'm going to take that down again. And I can change the layout of the screen from where I am. I can go that way, or I can go that way. And David's not moving. David's not doing a thing. I'm actually controlling it. I could actually turn off David's microphone if I wanted, or I could drop.
Look, Mom, no hands.
I'm doing all that remotely. So you can have a co-producer, which you certainly couldn't on Facebook Live.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be you, the other person that's on the show. It could be anybody else, right?
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't have to be. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you don't have to be logged into Facebook. You don't have to be logged into Be Live. You just need to have either a Chrome browser or click the link. When you're on your mobile phone, you can do it iOS or Android, and you can control exactly what appears on screen.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And one of the other things that we can talk about, but we don't have it set up, and Stephen is the expert on this one, is there's actually a way to sell on Be Live, right?
Totally. Yes, you can set up sales cards, description, price, title, and image, and you can then bring those up on screen, and you can use them as selling cards. You put a messenger bot at the back end, and you can sell whilst you're live on Be Live, as I have done successfully,
Yeah.
which is a miracle.
And Stephen,
really.
you've got a Udemy course on Be Live and how to use it from start to finish, and I believe you've got a Udemy course on how to use that feature in particular. Is it in that?
Yeah, it's all covered in the course on Udemy. If you just search my name on Udemy, you'll find it. That's Udemy, not my name, but Udemy is spelled udemy.com,
Right.
and you'll be able to download it from there.
Do you have the link around if you want to share that, maybe, if you have it?
Right. If you take me off screen for a moment and show it to you, and I'll go and find.
There you go. And we'll mute him too. He can give me the thumbs up when he's ready. So welcome to Broadcasting to Your Community 2019, soon to have a new name, Broadcasting to Your Community 2020. Eric Davidson, thanks for joining us, and I hope that answered some of your questions. And, one of the great things that Stephen and I have discovered about Be Live and just live streaming in general is the networking that we've been able to do. Stephen and I discovered each other through live streaming coming up to 3 years ago. And we've been able to not only do this show together and grow an audience, but we've grown a friendship between the two of us as well, which is always really cool. He's in the United Kingdom, I'm in Canada, and we've learned a lot. I know I've learned a lot from Stephen, and we've learned a lot from each other, I think would be fair to say. And that's the other great thing, Eric, that I'll add into answering your question about Be Live is the community that Be Live has created in the group. There is so much support between like I'm a moderator of the group, Stephen is, there's lots of moderators, and there's people in the group who are not moderators that are just friendly and willing to help each other out. So the support is fantastic outside of the Be Live company itself, which is something that the founders and the Be Live team are really proud of and happy to put out there. In fact, the one of the founders of Be Live regularly comes online live and talks to the community, and you're able to ask those questions. So I would say that's a really big bonus in being a part of the Be Live team. And I've been able to meet other folks as well, like our friend Corinder. And he says, one question: how come Facebook not HD but YouTube Be Live HD? We'll come back to that in just a moment, but my friend Stephen Healey says he's ready to come back, so let's go do that right now.
I'm back, and I just messaged you the link.
Oh, okay. Rebrandly?
Yeah, that's a shortened link.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Well, let's put that out there for Eric, and it should be there momentarily. Eric, might take a moment to show up. There it is. There you go. So, Eric, click on that link, and Stephen Healey's done a fantastic job of putting the Udemy course together. It's absolutely free and very informative.
Thank you, David. It's a joy to write for this system. And it's being updated at the moment for YouTube. And back to Corinda's question about YouTube.
Yeah. Well, one question. Let's go back there. We'll put that up. How come Facebook not HD but YouTube Be Live is HD? That's a Facebook and a YouTube choice, I think.
It is, yeah. We can only ever broadcast to Facebook in 720, and that's a decision Facebook took. We used to be HD when Facebook Live first started, but then I think the accountants came in and said, no, it's going to cost a lot to store this video. So they cut back to 720. Now, next thing to happen is that we said to Be Live, why can't we have HD? And they thought about it for a while, and you can now, even if you broadcast to Facebook, after the show, you can download an HD recording of the entire show, and it's there for 90 days. So HD is available whether you're on Facebook or not. But if you're broadcasting to YouTube, you'll notice, David and I did the show last week, and you'll notice a difference in quality between our Facebook broadcasts, which are okay, and the HD broadcast on YouTube, because it is genuine 1080. So YouTube is all about video. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
You can't do anything on YouTube apart from watch videos. So the quality's got to be there, and full HD is there, and that's a cost decision they made because they are quite probably the world's largest video hosts. In fact,
Yeah.
sure
Well, and Facebook's got a lot of other things going on. There's social, there's pictures, there's just a lot. I get it, right? And to add back to what Eric was asking about Be Live, that's another one of the other things we didn't even mention that you can do with this. I don't think you can do with Zoom is we're putting the comments on the screen. I know you can see the comments in Zoom. I was on an interview the other day that they used Zoom. I couldn't see the comments. And not only the host can see the comments, but the guest can see the comments on their side before I even put them up on screen. So that's kind of handy as well, right? And it helps to engage with the audience.
It does. It's basically whilst we're live, you can ask us any questions, as Eric did, and we'll try our best to answer and demonstrate the solution. And it's the best way of actually sort of meeting people. And that's what we've done over the years we've been broadcasting together, is to meet people from all around the globe and exchange our stories and hear their stories. You brought that picture back again. Right. Okay. I'm going to explain this photograph.
This is update your profile picture day.
It is. Basically, our friend, John Upton of Loving for Britain fame, decided to update his picture this morning, his Facebook profile picture. Yeah. And that sowed a seed in my mind. And before I knew it, I was live, and I said, right, okay, I will actually do my profile picture again. And I did it in color. The original was in color. I used the Logitech Brio and broadcast to Be Live. Okay. And then I took a screenshot of the Be Live. So this photograph was actually on Be Live Studio 2 this morning. And then I couldn't get long story short, it looked better in black and white than it did in color. So I decided, thank you for that. I decided to go with black and white as this season's color. It will change again in 2020 when we actually come back with a new show. But that's the story behind it. I just had fun doing it.
Well, I've been considering changing my profile picture, which I conveniently don't have handy. But
you could share your Facebook page.
Okay. Oh, we didn't mention that to our new friend Eric. Screen share. There we go. And actually, that's something else too that's really cool. Is not only can the host screen share, but the guest can share their screen as well, right, Stephen?
Indeed. Host first.
All right, here we go.
Give it a go. I'll try and find something interesting.
So here's my Facebook page. Now be honest with me. Okay, let me click this up and make this large. Does that resemble me?
It resembles you, but it's not you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I should change.
It's good. It's a good representation. I'm not saying it isn't. I like it.
Like, should I keep it?
Careful.
No, I won't be offended. I honestly won't.
No. I go for a real life photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I the best person to take your photograph is Jennifer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until
recently, I took Angelica's photographs, and that worked out quite well because one of them stayed around for 4 years. So that's a good way to do it, just on the phone, because the quality of images on the phone is just incredible.
Yeah, and I've sort of made that my brand, right? Like if you look at the top here too. Like I've sort of used that as
Yeah.
my brand.
Oh yeah.
And I lied a bit because this part right here, the belly, that's not me.
Well, the other thing about an image like that is it never gets older.
Right. Right. Now I have one on my phone because now with iPhone, let me see if I can do this on the fly. We're live, folks. There we go. So let me just pick a. Why can't I just have a regular old like that? Like that. Doesn't want to do it. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. No, you won't be able to see that very well. No, that sucks.
Okay.
But this one, Jennifer said this one here looks more like me, so I'm thinking of changing it to that.
All right.
I might just go back to the old, just a picture.
Right. I'm going to, if I may, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah, go for it.
Tell a couple of stories.
Do it.
So I'm going over to my Chrome tab and over to my own profile, which you will see. I'm just going to, if you bring it up on screen, I don't control this bit. Debbie's in charge.
Oh, you don't have this. Okay, sorry.
Oh, can I? No, I can. As a guest, I can't.
Oh,
okay.
I didn't know that.
I guess your host is always in control. So this is my profile, and I'm going to start on Friday, and I'm going to open that, and I'm going to press play. So that is the Devisers Lantern Parade. And if I just carry on for a moment, sorry, bear with me a minute. That's day one. Day two, on the Saturday evening, was localised Stepford. And I am chairman of the training committee. We presented a trophy, and there is Isabel Lane receiving her trophy. And we had 2 hours of, classical and modern music and theatre, a presentation by the children and youth of Devisers, and that was very good as well. And then last night, because there's 3 days in the weekend, we actually went, if I could get this full screen, yeah. We went to Salisbury Cathedral. And
oh, wow.
It was, it's just a beautiful place. And I'll try and take that. Can I get that full screen? Probably not. Oh, I can, yeah. Okay, that's as good as we get. That is Salisbury Cathedral. And that's a photograph taken on mobile phone. And it is just incredible. And the service starts at 5 p.m. on the Sunday. And I can give you a short description. It's called From Darkness into Light. And the service goes back, or parts of the service go back to the 6th century, and Sarum, which is just outside Salisbury. And those parts are still incorporated into the service itself. At 5:01, the whole cathedral goes into darkness. Yeah. And this is the beginning of Advent. And the whole cathedral goes into darkness, and then one candle is lit at the western end of the church, and everybody turns towards it and watches. In total darkness, you just see the one light, and then that light is used to light another candle and another candle until you've got about 20 candles at the end of the church. And then there's procession that comes down the nave, and they're carrying candles actually lit from the first candle, and then the service is over an hour, and during that hour the church itself, cathedral, is actually lit by candles down the side, down the passageway, and then as the story is told, and then at the end of the service, the lights come back on. 1,500 people. It's a free event, but even so, it was sold out, and we started queuing at. We originally went and got a ticket at 2:00, and then went back at 3:15 to queue, and we queued from 3:15 till 5:00 to actually be part of the service.
That's incredible.
It's just an experience.
Yeah. And how far is this from where you're at?
It's 20 miles away. This is Salisbury, and it's just an amazing city. I mean, this city has survived everything, including last year another trip.
And is that where the song Salisbury Hill comes from too? Oh, you're frozen.
Yeah, it is.
Nope. Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah, Peter Gabriel did that song. Yeah.
It's
a great song too.
But the cathedral itself is just beautiful, and you obviously, with being a cathedral, you can actually go and visit any time. And you may remember, I mean, I think it was we did have one of the shows where we had the pepper doves.
Yes, I do recall that.
In the ceiling. This is the same place.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah. So when I come to visit you, when Jennifer and I come to visit you, this is somewhere that you're going to take us. We can say whatever we want about Stephen. He lost his ears. You can't hear. Oh, he's back.
Again.
Careful.
Right. Yeah. When you and Jennifer come over, then Salisbury would be on the list, along with Stonehenge and Avebury and Stourhead. You've got to spend a week here because we've got a different place to go every day.
Well, I think we were talking. I'll tell you, we talk about. I don't know if Christmas is a good time, but we're going away from the 21st till Christmas Day. We're coming back. We're going to Las Vegas, and that's usually the only time because of what I do, and one other time of the year that we can get away. So maybe we'll have to start planning that for next Christmas.
Well, if I tell you about the Bristol tall ships.
Oh,
I thought that would raise a yes. And of course, Bristol is the home of Isambard Kingdom Brunel, or was the home, and he is the gentleman who built the railways between Bristol and London, and a lot of the railways throughout the UK, and the bridges.
Yeah.
So Bristol's a great place to visit as well. So you better come for 2 weeks. No, I could give you an itinerary every day.
There's the thing, though, right? Is I might have to make more than one trip.
That's true.
And well, the kids are older now, right? So like they're 22 and 19, and Christmas is important because I like to spend time with it. But honestly, I mean, I get to see my kids all year, so it's not like they're away and I don't get to see them.
No.
If they were growing up in a way, that might be different or something like that. So we probably could stay away over Christmas and it would be okay, Yeah,
well, here's the deal. If you come over here in 2020, we'll come and visit you in 2021. How's that sound?
You know what? Let's do it. Jennifer is, I think she's just home for lunch, actually. Jennifer, we're going to England next Christmas. And
what a brilliant time to be here. We could do London and Charles Dickens and Christmas Carol.
Oh,
yeah. See?
Wow. Wow. Speaking of which Christmas Carol, I'm just a quick plug, but last week I had some friends. They do something called the Nightingale Chorus here in Sarnia. They're now in their 24th year, and it's a Victorian style Christmas setting at the Imperial Theatre, which would be, if you're here at the right time, would make sure that we took you to that. Because next year, well, it won't be next year that you go, it'd be the next year after, but now.
We've lost David. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully I'm still here and still in control. I'm going to stop sharing and come back to me. And you should now just see me on screen. David will be back in a moment. And I've no doubt that he will be in full flow.
Oh,
he's back.
You know what I did? I went down and get talking with my hands, and I hit a button on my keyboard that took Chrome browser backwards. It's like, whoa. It's okay. Just I'm sitting on my hands now.
Okay, I'm sure Eric will forgive us.
And next year is their 25th year. Nightingale's Chorus, and I know Carrie Beauchamp, who's the lead in all of it, she would welcome you with open arms. And it's just old, like Oh Holy Night and all the classics. And there's a story about Christmas and the magic and all that, but it's all Victoria style done. And it's got close to 200 people in the cast. It's fantastic, over the top performance. So we'll put that on the list for when you folks come this way. I'm thinking that you probably don't want me to wear this shirt ever again in the broadcast. Is it a little like,
it's a little bit jazzy.
Is it hypnotizing you?
It's hypnotizing your camera is more the problem.
Yeah, well, I didn't even think about it because it's got all these different, anyway.
Yeah. Just
you're getting sleepier.
You don't know until you actually bring it on camera. I mean, some don't. Yeah.
I've got one other shirt that a while back you told me, David, don't wear that shirt on camera anymore. So there you go. It's Christmas.
It is getting closer.
Kelly says, what are you going to twin Sarnia with the UK, David? Oh, I didn't know. I was like, what's he talking about? Oh, I don't know. Could we twin Sarnia with where you're at, Stephen?
I can, if you want to twin Sarnia, then explore the possibilities of doing that. Why not?
Would they, if they do, does that mean they'll pay for my flight to come see you?
No. You don't know if you don't. It means you get accommodation while you're here, but they won't pay. But it's Kelly makes a good point there, that twinning is a way for municipalities, cities, towns to actually come closer together. I mean, we've spent years now actually building a bridge between Devizes and Sarnia, and to actually take it that stage further. Well, that's an idea to explore in 2020.
Why not? And I'm sure I could get some support from this side of things somewhere to go, yeah, we support that.
Well, we're twinned with Mayenne in France, Varingen in Germany, and Tornio in Finland. So, yeah. Good idea.
I'm having a meeting with some people in the tourism industry tomorrow, so maybe I'll mention that and see if they know anything about it. Yeah. Hey, some of the greatest ideas come from writing them down on a napkin. Now we write them down on Facebook and share them with the comments on the screen.
Well, Kelly's great at coming up with ideas.
He is. If we could just get him in front of the camera.
We've got him behind the camera because we showed Kelly's videos on the show last Thursday. John and I did the Inspired by Him video, and our featured artist of the week was Kelly.
Yes, I haven't watched that yet, but I remember you mentioning that.
146 people have so far. So Kelly's work has traveled the globe.
Well, views are up.
Oh, yeah.
He says St. Catharines has a regional Niagara twinning association. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
St. Catharines is, if you've ever heard of Niagara Falls.
I have, yeah. We know Maria Ratuk. She lives near Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, she's in the Niagara area. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
She might be St. Catharines actually, which is right by where.
Right,
I think that is where she's at actually. That's also where our friends from WeStream are, around that area in St. Catharines. So about 3 hours from here. Yeah. So, and it might be worth having a conversation with other municipalities near us that are twinning, and maybe that's how. Boy, oh boy! You know what? I gotta. Not only that,
you've got to get your piece of paper out.
Well, I tell you, it's all Kelly's fault.
It is.
Because I'm on a committee known as Age Friendly Sarnia. And Age Friendly Initiative is not just Sarnia, but it's supported by the World Health Organization. And so it's an official committee here, city recognized committee. And it's got 8 different elements. Oh man, it's just coffee. I promise.
Word association is working. Oh, not well though.
And I got a meeting this week. Anyway, I've got 3 meetings this week actually that this could fit into. So we'll go from there, see what happens. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it could happen.
Now, interestingly enough, I'm just going to double check because when I fell out of the broadcast and then I came back.
Yeah.
Let me go there. I come back at the stream title isn't the same anymore.
No, it just says stream title.
Yeah, but we're still
right. You are in the right stream though.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Because I've not moved. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Right.
I mean, the stream is independent of us. The title is basically only used when you create the post. After that, it doesn't matter. The link is there.
Well, there's another nice feature, I guess you could call it, is that if you fall out of the broadcast without ending it, you can come back into it and it's still going.
It is. That's the magic of live video.
I imagine that it would end after a while on its own, would it?
It would end after 8 hours.
Oh, really?
Facebook would stop recording after 8 hours, and so it would be live as well. But it would finish of its own accord eventually. It's a lot more effective just to finish it naturally and just
Yes, for sure. Oh boy, we're already 10 minutes away from the end of the show. How did that happen? And the reason I say that is, well, I want to tease a little bit. Steven, he's more connected than I am, but we are going to be having we'll be seeing some new things with Be Live in 2020, I would imagine.
I would think so, yeah. That's better, right? I did that.
I gave him the control, and now he's got to play.
I couldn't resist. Yeah.
You're frozen, friend. You're frozen. See, what happened was Be Live thought we were going to reveal something, and they froze them. He's back. There you go again. When I go over to visit Stephen in the UK, I'm going to bring some internet with me.
Got to get this sorted. We need the ability to multicast.
Yeah, ability to multicast is all we got. You want to try a refresh there, Stephen? Maybe that'll help. Yeah, Stephen's going to do a refresh. And he did say before we went live that he was having trouble with the internet where he's at, and he's had to reboot things and restart things, whatever. So I'm sure that's part of the issue there. So we'll see if he's going to come back. There he comes. He's ready to join the broadcast. Not quite. Almost there. We just got to see him first. Well, I'm excited now because to go to United Kingdom, now I really pretty much said that I have to go now, right? So hope Jennifer doesn't mind. And there's Stephen is back. Yeah.
I'm back. Am I back? Good.
You're sort of back. You're frozen, but I can hear you.
I'm sort of back.
Here we go. Just caught up. You're good.
Dear.
So yeah, multicasting was something you were saying.
All right. Okay. Fine. Yeah, the ability to broadcast to Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and
Twitch.
others at the same time would be good. Twitch. You want Twitch back, don't you?
I really do.
Twitch.
I'm excited to. I've been working on. Well, I use Streamlabs for going live to Twitch, obviously, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to. I'm closer to regularly streaming on Twitch as well as Facebook. Probably in the new year, on a steady thing.
Yeah, I heard an interesting item watching another channel that on Twitch now, because of the Amazon link up, you can actually put together a watch party for Amazon Prime content
on Twitch.
On Twitch.
Oh, really?
You can do a watch party, and you can play content from Amazon Prime.
Really?
Now, obviously, because we're on Twitch, we could well have Amazon Prime already, and you can just play videos. So, and have a watch party, and so come round to our place, grab a beer, stay where you are, but grab a beer, and come and talk about hockey or soccer or watch this video.
You just gave me an idea for my Twitch channel. Speaking of which, and this is proof of the growth of Twitch and other live streaming platforms. You go to Twitch and watch Thursday Night Football, American football. It's on there, officially on there. Same with NBA basketball and other things. They are grabbing into the world of Twitch, and they get it. And even wrestling is in there. So that's a big clue, folks. It's a big clue.
Yeah.
Kelly was saying that you. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, carry on.
UK had problems with Facebook last week, did they?
I think you'd have to remind me which problem, Kelly, because we've had several.
Kelly knows everything.
I know. I've had several problems in the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure. So if you just give me a subtle hint, I'll try my best to remember it.
I think it's Stonehenge just setting off vibes.
Yeah. No, we've only got 10 days to go before our general election. So things are a bit frantic over here.
He says November 29th it crashed. Okay.
It did. Yeah. Okay, November 29th. Stick with that photo.
Oh, I forgot it wasn't up there. I was like, let me just change to that. Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. There's that one. The Talk Show Network. There you go.
Yeah.
Same as the Live Video Club. It's okay to be a copycat as long as you copy a good one.
Thank you. It sure is.
Let's go back here, though. Well, we got a few minutes left there, Stephen. So we'll give you the last 5 minutes to fill us in on Brexit or what's happening.
No. Right. We've got a general election which takes place on Thursday the 12th, and the whole nation will vote and will decide who will be our 650 MPs. And we've got a choice between Conservatives, who want to leave the EU, Labour, who think they might, and Lib Dems, who want to remain in the EU. And there's a lot of tactical voting going to take place where, in order to beat certain of the Conservative candidates, the Lib Dems and the Greens and the other parties are going to stand down. That releases votes which would go to Labour, and Labour would beat the Conservatives. Now, that's happening in quite a few seats throughout the UK, so nobody can predict what the outcome's going to be, because we don't know whether tactical voting will play any part, or whether it would sort of Boris Johnson's seat could lose it. Several other key top Conservative politicians could lose their seats as well because of tactical voting. I don't know how it's going to go. I haven't a clue. Nobody's got a clue. We're all guessing, and even the bookies don't know. And if the bookies don't know, then
The
what chance
bookies.
do we have?
Like,
Well, yeah, no.
Can you bet on that?
You can bet on the election, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you right. Just take football. You can bet on the result. You can bet on the halftime score. You can bet on who scores first. You can bet on how many corners they're going to be. Yeah. So extend that to politics, and you can bet on the general election.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
Never heard of that before. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I know where you stand on it, so I hope it works out for you. And I've been following a little bit, not as closely as I was a little like 6 months ago, but I actually, what was I doing? I took an online survey about. Well, I was trying to decide. There's left and there's right.
There is,
and I think sometimes there's confusion in which one is which, because they sometimes kind of policies cross over. Not a lot, but I mean, so and then when it comes to Canada, it's like a whole different story, right?
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro, who's a big fellow in the States, he's always, it's like, I don't know if I'm left or right. I just kind of know what I want to see happen. And I go through all the policies of the different platforms and try to understand it. And I took this survey, and partway through, it was asking me about whether I thought there should be Brexit or not, right?
Okay.
So, and I didn't answer because I just said, well, I don't want to say it doesn't affect me, but I didn't have enough information to make that decision, right? So, so far it's just based on what you've shared with me and what I've read and whatever. Yeah. So
now you know how we all felt in 2016 when we had to vote, and we had the same amount of information that you have now.
Yeah.
And it's changed a little. It really has changed a little. But next week, when we meet again, next Monday, same time, we closer to that vote. We still won't have a clue what's going to happen, but we'll know that by Friday it will all be over. And
well,
it's Christmas.
Will it?
No, of course it won't.
It's not.
Sorry, buddy. That section. Just that section of it will be over. There'll be a whole news story.
That's
and then we're going to close that. We're closing down between the 21st and the New Year. Yeah. And then we come back with 2020.
There you go. Kelly said in Instagram in the UK the same day. Well, Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that, Kelly, but I would imagine they probably share the servers or something.
Yeah, it affected BeLive too. It affected other broadcasters as well.
Yeah.
It was an outage. And you just got to live with it.
A day without live streaming. Unacceptable. Can't have that.
No.
Can't have that.
Not good.
Well, speaking of that, it looks like our time is right. Well, we could keep going, but I know you got to eat, and I got to get ready for my next show coming up at 3:30, and then it's nighttime and other stuff. So, Stephen, good to be talking with you again, as always, my friend.
And it's a pleasure to actually get together, and we'll be back next Monday.
We will. Thanks to all of you for watching. We appreciate you being here. And hello to our new friend, Eric, as well, who joined us for part of the broadcast. Hope we were able to answer all your questions there. And all of you, thank you so much for being here. As always, I'll be live on the show with David Burrows coming up 3:30 Eastern in the same location, same bat channel, different bat time. If you enjoyed the show today, give us a 10 in the comments below. And if you didn't, don't do anything. Just come back again next Monday and give us another chance. From Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, I'm David Burrows. And this over here.
From Devizes, Wiltshire in England, take care and have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.